It is so difficult to grow up as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word growing up in this country. I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting.
Yep, today's video is gonna be a lot of fun. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you can guarantee without fail every single day at this point, the woke snowflakes that inhabit this planet, man, they are going to be upset about something. It doesn't matter what it is, they are always whining, crying, screaming, complaining. It is laughable and also kind of embarrassing at the same time.
It's embarrassing.
Now, I know I'm a couple of days late to this whole story that we're going to be talking about, but as I'm sure a lot of you know, on social media, the debate, man, that just rages on. But for those of you that might not know what is going on, Sydney Sweeney recently was in an advert for American Eagle, and it has sent the liberals into an absolute meltdown because apparently, and get this, the advert had racist undertones and is promoting white supremacy. I tell you now, mate, the only thing that is being promoted here is just how the woke liberals are. So once again, 10 out of 10 marketing for you guys. You always smash it out of the park. But let's get into this article by the New York Post that gives a little bit more context surrounding this whole controversial advert. You know, the fact I'm on a planet where this is controversial is just insane. Get me off.
It's embarrassing.
But they have reported American Eagle's Good Genes ad with Sydney Sweeney sparks a debate on race and beauty standards. Titled Sydney Sweeney Has Great Genes, the campaign sparked a debate about race, Western beauty standards, and the backlash to woke American politics and culture. Most of the negative reception focused on videos that use the word genes instead of jeans when discussing the blonde-haired, blue-eyed actor known for the HBO series Euphoria and White Lotus. In one video, oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, this is just getting way too controversial. I can't even read this out. Sweeney walks towards an American Eagle billboard of her and the tagline Sydney Sweeney has great genes. She crosses out genes and replaces it with jeans. Oh no. But what critics found the most troubling was a teaser video in which Sweeney says genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue. Oh, no way she didn't say that. Mate, am I missing something here? What is the offensive thing being said or done? Is it because, wait, hold on, she's white, has blonde hair, blue eyes, isn't overweight, and doesn't use they/them pronouns? Yeah, I think we really know why these people are upset. But let's get into one of these videos released by American Eagle that is causing so much outrage. Take a watch.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
You see what I did there, right?
So that, along with other videos mentioning jeans, is what has people so upset to the point where they're calling this Nazi propaganda. Let me tell you something, if you genuinely feel that way, and I mean it when I say this, get help ASAP. See, I'm a really kind person at the end of the day. You know, I do charity work, giving out free advice. But just to get an idea of what these liberals are saying on social media about this advert, take a look at this.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is propaganda.
Now, I'm going to be honest, and I think it's time these woke liberals also start to be honest. If I sat down and asked one of these people, why are you really mad about this? They will say, it's a racist advert. And I'll be like, no, come on, be honest. Why are you so upset? They'll then go, oh, it's propaganda. And I'll go, no, come on. Why are you really upset? And they'll go, okay, I'll be honest. It's because she's blonde, blue eyes, isn't overweight, isn't ugly, and she's much prettier than I am. People upset by this are either fat, ugly, or a black person that doesn't like white people being pushed in certain ways.
I shouldn't have said that.
I'm gonna get cancelled, but it's just the truth. There would be no outrage, and every single person knows this is true, if it was a black woman in this advert. So that just tells you all you need to know. And when you sit here and think about it, man, how women out there especially can be mad at this when you have trans influencers like Dylan Mulvaney being sponsored by huge companies and sometimes even promoting women's products because they want to push the idea that yes, men can in fact become women. But they don't get mad at that one. Oh no, they love it. When the insult is in your face, they just clap and cheer. If this was Dylan Mulvaney, an overweight person or a black woman being used instead of Sydney Sweeney, they would give themselves a heart attack from clapping their hands so much. Liberals absolutely hate this sort of idea of beauty being pushed, but instead they absolutely love this idea on your screen that Calvin Klein used. This kind of advert as well by American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney kind of represents an old American style advert, right? And these people, they hate that as well. They have tried so hard to move away from it because it's offensive, it's not progressive, and doesn't promote body positivity. Get a grip. And I just want to quickly read you this article by USA Today that, boy, it goes off on these liberals. Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad triggers liberals. She looks good, they don't. It's a ridiculous overreaction to an advertisement featuring a successful, attractive celebrity. And it's the latest example of how the left refuses to let go of their woke agenda and identity politics, which was soundly rejected in the 2024 election. Whether progressives want to admit it, the country is still majority white, and these Americans are tired of being made to feel evil or unworthy simply because of their immutable characteristics. No one should be made to feel that way. Companies and colleges are starting to roll back their diversity, equality, and inclusion adherence that has felt oppressive in recent years and led to more division, not less. Sweeney is a young woman who's capitalizing on her good looks and charm. Good for her, and good for American Eagle for bucking the DEI trend. Yeah, this is what it comes down to. The left have become so used to seeing people that promote their agenda that when a company doesn't go in that direction and they go back to basics, it offends them. How dare a company not use a fat person, gay people, transgenders, or someone that promotes diversity? There is nothing wrong with this advert whatsoever. But let's get into some more reactions from these people that are so upset by this advert by American Eagle and they just simply cannot believe it. Colin Rugg posts on X. Woman says the American Eagle Sydney Sweeney ad brought back her childhood trauma as a brown girl. What are you on about? It is so difficult to grow up as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word. The professional victims are relentless.
I really wasn't going to weigh in on this, but here we go. It is so difficult to grow up as a person of color, specifically a woman, and view yourself as beautiful in any sense of the word growing up in this country. I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting. There's a lot of rhetoric right now online about the political ideologies that this represents, and I don't discount that, but for me, I can't help but think about the 13-year-old brown girl who gets all her denim at American Eagle, who already struggles to see her beauty and worth in a world that continues to value white, Eurocentric beauty standards, which I naively thought by this point we would have moved the needle on. And this girl is now wishing she too could wake up with blonde hair and blue eyes. It took me so long, too long in my life to look in the mirror and see beauty. And I hate that continues to be a shared experience for young brown girls in this country.
Wow, I know what you're thinking, guys. You know, it's truly heartbreaking. You can probably hear the violins in the background. It brings a tear to my eye. It really does. You know, one thing I have just never ever understood is just how constantly playing the victim doesn't tire these people out. If a blonde woman in jeans makes you feel this way, I think it says more about you than the company. Again, if this was a person of color or an overweight woman or a transgender, there would be no backlash from the woke liberals. They would be clapping and cheering, but oh no, how dare a company use a white woman with blonde hair, blue eyes? This is racist. It's promoting propaganda. Shut up. But because this advert has sparked such a huge debate, it was even discussed on Piers Morgan.
You used the word normal and talked about it in the context of this white woman. White women are normal, but so are other people. The problem is, historically, we have only normalized white people. And so we've made white women's bodies, white male bodies, the norm. And we've made everything else less human, less beautiful, less real. And so when we say good genes are the ones that—
What a load of crap. Honestly, I'm sorry, Mark. If I may jump in on my own show, What a load of crap. I saw Beyonce do a jeans ad. Everybody drooled over it. I loved it. Thought she looked hot when she did. Right? I mean, what are you talking about, man? This is... Let me ask you a straight question. Let me ask you a straight question. Does Sydney Sweeney have bad genes? Yes or no?
No. I don't think she has bad genes.
Does she have good genes? Does she have good genes?
No. Again, you're trying for these gotchas. If you just
she doesn't
listen,
have good or bad genes.
The whole point is to argue that good and bad genes itself is a bad idea. It's a racist idea.
Why can't you have good genes, Mark?
Why is it racist?
If
Why
you
can't you
allow
have
me
good
to
genes?
answer, all right, I'm going to respond, and I'm going to hope that you don't interrupt me as I answer. Okay? Because again, no one else has been interrupted except the people who disagree with you. What I'm saying is,
Stop being so precious, please.
The word you listen. The word eugenics literally means good genes. It literally means that etymologically. The point here is to judge human beings based on their genes and to decide that you have good genes and you have bad genes isn't in and of itself a racist project. That's the point. So no, it's not that I think that I have good genes and you can't say anyone else has good genes. I'm saying let's get rid of the good genes narrative, particularly when it's based on hair and eyes and body type. Why? Because those things are racially coded. In other words, if I say that straight hair is good genes or blonde hair is good genes, and no, I'm not after watching an ad, Googling someone to figure out their natural roots. You'd be shocked to know how many people don't do that. If I'm doing these things and I see blue, your eye color and your hair as a sign of your good genes, then that means someone who has a different hair or eye color doesn't have good genes. And the last thing I'll say is if you look historically at ads, at culture,
it doesn't though, does it? Calm down. Calm down. It doesn't actually mean that.
No,
Hang on. No, I will speak on my own show. So just calm down.
I'm asking you not to be condescending.
Mate, the fact that a blonde woman being used in this American Eagle advert gets you this emotional, it's kind of weird. Like, if that's all it takes, I don't know how you function in your day-to-day life. You must be constantly angry. This backlash to me is so baffling. It really is. And it just shows that the liberals and the woke liberal media as well, because they're having a meltdown too, they are just not mentally stable. And the fact that this advert annoyed them so much just proves that. But that is the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Leave your thoughts down below about this advert. Do you think it was controversial? And can you understand why the woke liberals are just so upset that a blonde white woman said she had good genes? No. You also know it's a load of crap as well. These people, they need help. But leave your thoughts down below nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video. Comment on this video, share this video, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your very controversial host, JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.